Hello, my lovelies. It is me, Lo, or Lauren, whatever you want to call me. And this is the Daily Tea. Now, what is the Daily Tea, you might ask? Great question. So, I drink this brand called Yogi, and their tea bags come with these little quotes on them. And I just thought, I think tea kind of has a lot of negative connotation to it nowadays. It's like, ooh, spill the tea, gossip, And I kind of wanted to maybe switch that a little bit. Make the daily tea kind of a little bit of an inspirational thing. Read the quote, kind of get my thoughts on it. So that's what I'm going to do. And today's it says, be giving, forgiving, compassionate, and loving. And I think that's a great message. A lot of them are a little cheesy. Whatever. But I do think that's a really good message for today's world. There's a lot of hate. There's a lot of kind of headbutting. I think a lot of people have a really hard time with compassion and kind of being able to have empathy for other people and be able to put themselves in other people's shoes, because that's not easy to do at all. I kind of pride myself on being a person who can do that, and I only attribute that to being in therapy, years of therapy. It's kind of really taught me how to communicate with other people. And not everybody has, those skills. And there's nothing wrong with that. I just think therapy kind of gives you those tools in order to kind of work through things with other people out in the real world. And, I had a situation recently. There was, kind of a group of us, and me and a couple other people in the group kind of felt a little attacked, I guess, by two individuals, and I kind of took the role of standing up for us. I'm very outspoken. I can be in your face. But in that situation, I was actually trying to be like, hey, let's work through this, and in return, I kind of got some, jabs back, to be honest. It wasn't productive. For me, if I'm having an argument with someone, it's because I want to solve things. If I can sit down with someone and say, hey, this bothered me, and that person says, hey, this bothered me, let's talk about it. Cool. I'm really good in those situations. It's when the other person isn't willing to talk that I have a hard time. And I got angry, and I got a little mean, which I'm not super proud of. I wish that I could have been a little bit calmer and handled it differently, and I think if I had handled it differently, it would have worked out. The outcome would have been different, and it probably would have been a little better. But I was hurt because there was a person in that group that I thought was my friend, and it turns out they were not a very good friend. And I'm pretty good at kind of reflecting and being like, hey, this is what I did wrong. But I had a hard time kind of being like, what did I do in this situation? And sometimes it's not something that you do, it's something the other person's doing, and you can't control that. 1 second, I'm going to take a sip of the daily tea. It's lemon ginger, so it's actually really good. Yeah, into it. Sorry, I went dark. But I think, the world would be a much better place if we could all be a little bit more compassionate, a little more forgiving, a little kinder, a little more loving to people, as this quote says. And, everyone can work on that. Like I said, I pride myself on being able to communicate, and I was not always like that. Like I said, years of therapy, but when I was younger, I used to be the kind of person that would just attack, immediately shut down and attack if I felt like there was an issue. And, I've grown a lot since then, and I'm able to, work with someone, and I haven't had this kind of issue with people in a long time, so the fact that there was, this actual fight just really bothered me, and I really took it to heart. But, I can't control what other people do. You can only control what you do. And like I said, I think that our world there's a lot of anger and hatred nowadays, and I think the world would be a much better place if we did all kind of do some self-reflection, work on ourselves, and grow, and kind of spread more of this compassion and love. you know. I know it sounds super cliche and cheesy, but that's what I believe. Um, so I didn't even realize this, but my cup matches my sweater, and I didn't even do that on purpose. It's all working out. The magic of the daily tea. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to share that message, give my thoughts on it, my own experiences, and, you know, put that out in the world. And I hope that you guys got something from it, and you guys can also go out there, take from this, and say, I'm going to be a little bit more compassionate, a little bit kinder, a little more loving today, and see what happens. So that's it for the Daily Tea today. Peace.